Somebody else?
Mooji, when we first came in, one of the things you said was show yourself.
Yes.
And we're talking about the fear, things that happen in the day, the person or the I that's there. I myself said to somebody, this joy in who I am, what can I do with it? Where can I take it? And the other person said to me, just keep it, it's yours. And I thought, okay, I have this. But when you said, show yourself, I think, yeah, if I have this and I show it, then that which is perceiving will be perceived by many more. That's probably why I'm here. And when you said, don't be a one-trick pony, and I thought of the many ways that the person I am, the joy in who I think I am, comes out. Sometimes just showing those things, to show those, it brings things that are fearful towards, because the reception of them is not straightforward, easy.
Yes. 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 Don't be in a hurry to show them. It's not that I didn't quite mean it in that way precisely. That I mean, even better to say, don't hide yourself. Sometimes I tell you, hide yourself. I remember once when we spoke, I think I was speaking with you many years ago when we first met. We came to, we were sitting in Brixton in the middle of, what's it, Colaba Lane? Colaba Lane. They closed off Colaba Lane. They were having a festival in Brixton, and they put all these chairs out in the middle of the road, and I met her. We sat in the middle of the road, had satsang in the middle of the road many years ago, and something took place, and I told her, don't talk to anybody about it. Don't talk to anybody about it. She says, yes, but I mean, what if I feel I want to share? I said, no, don't speak to anybody about it. Just keep quiet. And then somehow, if it speaks out, then it speaks out. But you don't do anything about it. So there isn't any one statement I can support and say, okay, this thing. Sometimes I say, yes, don't stop hiding. And then another one, stop showing off. And another one, keep quiet. Another one, speak up. Which one is it? You see? But when I said, I came here, today is an opportunity. I want to meet your Buddha nature. It's not something you can do. I don't know who I'm speaking to when I say this. I simply speak it out into the universe. Something responds to this, and not a person. Something happened. I love a bit of magic, real magic, pure magic, true magic, not the magic of, not the mumbo jumbo magic, but the magic of being. That you go beyond yourself, the little ideas we have about ourselves. That something surrenders to the sense of risk, embraces the unknown. This I want to see. And you know when you're in the company of that. You know when you're in the company of that. Because it exudes pure joy. Sometimes I don't want to speak with people who think they know. I like to speak with people who don't know. It's far more exciting. There's far more space, more truth, more openness to explore and to discover. When you think you know something, you're dead. The knowledge is dead in you. So this is something I put in front of you. Last night we were sitting here, we were a few people, and my being was on fire actually. And I said to them, look, I do this, touch this, okay? Can you go and touch that? And nobody moved. Then a little bit they start to say, yes, when you said that, what came up for me? I said, no. I said, go and do it. Touch this. Go and touch the same place. Don't think about it. Don't reason. You'd reason too much. Move. You see? Don't say, but that's a bit foolish and it's a bit very nice novelty and whatever it is. And, wow, I must tell somebody about this. No, do it. Move like this. Don't hesitate. Too much hesitation. Too much thinking, pondering. What shall I do? What will I get out of it? And what do people think of me? And so something is so primal in our being. And something wants to excite that place again. Not always reasoning, always reasoning. We're too good at reasoning. We're too good at talking. Huh? So this is why sometimes I say, I'm only trying to find your G-spot, your God spot. Because then something is aroused and then somehow you come alive in a way that is indefinable. Nobody can describe you. You're out of every trap. But still, we hold back with the mind and yes, yeah, didn't quite get that. I want to meet someone like this. There is a self in you that you cannot know it like you know other things traditionally, not a traditional knowledge. It cannot be defined. It has no status. I just want a chance to meet you there.
Will I have another opportunity to sit at your feet like this? I'm just so close to you, so maybe this is my opportunity. I don't know.
If I were to take all your opportunities away, all the possibilities, all the projection, every desire, every aspiration, everything's past, everything that you can possibly try and become, take them away. What can I not take away? Speak something from this place. Don't think about it. Everything can be taken away, can be touched, manipulated. Yes, I get hold of it. What can I not get hold of? What cannot be taken away? What cannot be manipulated? What cannot be controlled?
The me. The bit that says me.
That bit that says me?
Me.
Yes. It says me? What is there?
It's the bit that never goes away. It's always there.
Yes. If it can never go away, it means that it never came. It never came, so it cannot go. So it must be beyond coming and going. It doesn't belong to anything. Something in you doesn't belong to anything. It cannot be possessed. It encompasses everything, but nothing can encompass it. No one can help it. So all your efforts is to do with something else, not this. It doesn't need anybody's service. It is not disabled. It is not injured. It's not lacking.
At the moment it feels vast.
You close the window home. At the moment it feels vast.
And like there's nothing touching it.
Yes.
So I want to stay like that. But also I want to sort of tell you that at other times I'm waiting for an experience to happen. But right now it's just feeling very big and vast. And
Yes.
I don't need to do anything with it.
Yes. Did something produce this vastness?
Just
Is it a
sit-
mood you're having?
It's just being able to sit with your vastness that allows me to tap into my own.
So where does
feel.
my vastness end and your vastness?
It just meets, doesn't it?
Yes.
And merges, and it's lovely.
If you don't touch this idea of even meeting, because meeting means two at least two or more, you see, and meeting means that you can separate. If you meet, then you can separate. So the idea of meeting came through the mind, but the mind came, but that in which the mind comes never came. So nothing can separate or join it. You see, these sensations you have to go to the consciousness to experience these tastes of division and separation. There's something beyond even innocence. It's pure. And even the idea, there's the vastness and I want to stay in it, is already trouble. Can anybody see why? The minute says, I want to stay in it, you create trouble. You are that. We are this. It's not a belief. You must confirm it, is it? The movement of anything, the to-in and fro-in of any kind of traffic, mental or emotional or psychological, is only a brief, a momentary, transient movement occurring in that vastness. It doesn't exercise preferences even. It just is this. And the play of existence is occurring through this instrument, this binoculars of the being, somehow enable the taste of this diversity to be experienced. Enjoy, or let it be there. Your joy is not on the other side, on this side of the eyes, is not the root of the joy inside here. There's a joy that's not about anything. There can be a joy about something, but that joy about arises in that joy which is not about. That joy and that space, that vastness, they are synonymous, it's the same thing. And it doesn't matter what your mind feels about it. The mind is only your personal PC. We're going there on your own little Google to type up the universe. But it can only give you some ideas, some concepts about it. And you are there before the concepts, because no concept can survive without you. It's for you that they work. They report to you. Everything is reporting to you. But the minute you touch the body, feeling, I am the body, then you become a little thing, and you cannot admit, but how can everything report to me? I'm only a little thing. But you're not a little thing or a big thing. You are no thing. And then somehow the play of somethingness can happen. You will not be conquered by it, because you have not assigned yourself to be a something. These things, we must contemplate them. Just stay with them. Even one single sentence that touches you, stay with it. Go over it, ponder over it over and over. And it will pull your mind in.
Brain feels dead at the moment. It's just like a big hole in the back of my head.
Yeah. It's quite okay, that feeling. We imagined before to be brain dead. Consciousness has shut your brain out, okay, and that, oh my God, I cannot do anything at all. Then you realize that you needn't do anything at all. The activity of the existence is happening spontaneously in you, as it's always done. But the mind is writing the checks, signing the checks, taking credit for that. Is the pain in your legs helping you to find a non-physical question? Are you completely and irretrievably awake or not?
No,
Yes.
not anymore. I'm like there's like little or no interest in the mental chatter that goes on. So it goes on. I don't try to stop it. I don't try to do anything with it or make some uncomfortableness which may arise as a result to make it go away or anything. I just let it go on, and it's more from it definitely feels more from a removed situation. So there's and sometimes the identification is there. Like I'll go in a little bit, but it's usually seen quite quickly, and then and the chatter may still go on, but there's not. It's not connecting or something. And I've been wanting to ask you about this for a while, actually, because it's like so I don't mind anything anymore, you know. Even like, for example, something which would or could bring joy and happiness doesn't even cut it anymore, because it's understood that that's the same as sadness or misery. It's the same thing, so I don't get necessarily a kick out of the joy, because I know it's kind of it's superficial in a way. So that things that could bring happiness, joy, or a sense of whatever in a nice way, don't really bring interest anymore either. I mean, there's still experience maybe and still enjoy, but it's like, yeah, but it doesn't cut it. You know what I mean? It's not. I'm not carried with it. And my point is that there is a sort of so basically, like, most of the time I'm going along in kind of a quiet, happiness, peaceful, happy-go-lucky kind of life is grand, and and I sort like I don't. Perhaps it's just a real state of like I don't mind anymore, do you know? But there's I think I'm quite happy to stay there, you know, because things don't maybe bother me, or I don't get carried with things, or don't go into like the misery or the suffering or whatever way you want to describe it. So I'm quite happy to be there, and it's like I don't mind, even if Priya is still there, the character, the personality. I see the personality. It's like I don't mind it anymore. I'm not trying to do anything with it anymore, trying to make it go away or trying to improve it or whatever,
Yes. And
even the longing to ask, like, or the sense of urgency, let's say, about dropping the eye is very wand. At one time it was very urgent and all on fire and all. It's quite wand, and I was like, I really don't mind. It's just, and I suppose I wanted to ask you about it because there is a sense of kind of stagnancy, because it's quite sort of there's a satisfaction about this way, or this how it is now.
That state
it's quite
of being
satisfying.
Yes.
Because nothing really perturbs, and even if it does for a little bit, it's seen and it goes away, and but and I guess this cuts it for now. This is what I'm talking about. It does cut it for now because it's quite shanty or something, what I mean? And I wanted to tell you, and just to, I guess because I know that there's, I don't know, I guess there's another concept, but there's a stagnancy in that, because there is a satisfaction just to remain there. Yeah, actually, this is grand. I don't mind if, I don't mind, basically.
Yes.
So it's like you're
I hope we've all been paying attention to these words. They have a place. Is enough?
No.
Yeah, why not? Because many people would be content, especially in the memory, comparatively. So, but my life I used to be so troubled by so many things, and people would say something a bit harsh to me, and I'd be really sort of in bed for 3 days trying to recover and all this stuff. And all of this is not happening anymore. I'm not worried about the future. I'm not completely caught up in the past. It's kind of insignificant. Now, in this kind of in this moment, things are unfolding by themselves. I don't have to push or pull. I don't have to agree or disagree. And there's a joy about that. Life feels amicable, and everything feels easy. Huh? Why not enough? Maybe you think of something, it comes into being. You have a sense before something in the phone rings and you know who is on the phone. It can happen. I'm not saying this is. Maybe that doesn't happen to you. Doesn't matter. But overall, there's a very agreeable state. Very easy. And we can float along. But something detects something. She says that somehow there's a sense of maybe some stagnation. Should we say, but the stagnation is only a thought also. Let me push it a bit. Suppose stagnation is just a thought. It's just as it is, it's fine. Is it enough?
There's another layer to go, because that thought what is aware of that will then reveal the next layer to let go of the ego that is identifying with that. But it's at a more rarefied.
That question, what is aware of that, does that take you to another level? I mean, progressively to another place? What does it do, this question? That even this very agreeable state, this enjoyable state, pleasant state, I'm not fussed. Most of the world is completely pushed up against the wall with anxiety about tomorrows and yesterdays and all of this. But you know, you're not in that state. What we're going to do in 5 minutes' time, well, I really couldn't care. Which will be whatever it is. And it's not just a sort of spiritual cliche. It's something feels right. It's like this. I don't have to worry about it. And my question is that not enough? And you say, no, it's not enough. Something. You say, no, because something is aware of this. And this question, who is aware of this, will take you to the next state. What is the next state of that? The question, but there's an awareness of this, which means that there is an independent place that is not in the box of that experience, where the seeing of that is taking place. And instantly, what happened? You're not the one living life. You're not the one having experience. It feels, it's very different, very, very subtle. When that is just allowed, it's almost that is automatic. I'm reporting about an automatic existence, including the sense of an I am that is enjoying the automatic existence. But now something almost like recedes in a seeing which has no identity at all. Is there further to go? Check in with yourself now. Don't look to the mind for definitions. One comes naturally to a place, maybe a mapless place, where it is seen that the functioning of the world and the body and the senses and the mind and thought, emotions are simply occurring. But I'm not the manager of that. It's happening, you know. I am there also in the taste. I am there as the experiencer somehow. The experiencing of this, it also occurs in the presence of myself. I can say to myself also it's occurring. But I'm not encapsulated in that. That is still just a functioning is taking place. Who am I? That which sees this now, where the seeing of that takes place, that even this joyful life is still only a phenomenon. It's fine. But now the recognition that that itself is perceived leaves what? You see? No one can describe this thing, you see. But if it were put to you to be here or to be back in the state of the joyful life, you'd say, no, forget about that joyful existence. No, that doesn't touch this. That doesn't cut this. The mind cannot describe it. When the mind has merged in this, it loses all the enthusiasm to comment about this.